I got the inclination that some of you had wanted to know how you are being viewed at this time. And so, I'm going to take a break from instructing you on your next steps into this new timeline to let you know how you're being viewed. Your wish, my command. Okay. Ooh, okay. You are being seen as somebody putting a lot of work behind the scenes, somebody who's been actively training, let's say training. It's like you're becoming a better person, or at least you are walking away from the old. You're making adjustments into this new, to become this new version of yourself. Maybe a lot of you are being seen as persons that have changed a lot from what used to be. You are being seen as somebody who's done a lot of work behind the scenes, and people are noticing that, even though maybe you tend to not showcase your skills or whoever you've become, because maybe you feel like you might intimidate other people with this new energy that you are in now. And I feel like even though you're trying to hide, people could see it. People know that you're working towards something. People know that you are in the energy of love. I think that a lot of people had wanted you maybe in a darker energy. Let's see. People had maybe wanted you, in a darker energy, maybe not seeing a way for your future, not knowing in what way to move forward. And people see you being in the energy of love. People see that you've stayed in the energy of love, even withstanding all of their darkness. Right? Because I feel like a lot of people around you served as some sort of lesson in order to teach you how to become a better version of yourself. And you were maybe at first thinking that they were against you for some reason, but it's actually for you. And I always say to the collective, whatever happens to you happens for you. So don't look at things from a bad perspective thinking, ooh, this person's an enemy. This person is blocking me from something. No, that's the purpose. They need to show you and prove to you how you are, who you are, and this is how you complete the pattern, complete the test, the lesson, is by actively putting into practice now all what you have learned when you were in the hermit mode. Okay? You're walking away from the old, walking away from being a hermit, because technically now it is the time for you, the collective chosen ones, to put in the work, to go the distance, to go further. You know what I mean? I think that a lot of you have walked away from the idea of love and is focused more on money and stability, and possibly even assisting in this change in the world. I feel like a lot of you are focused, you're busy, focused on things, spiritual things, and maybe even physical things, your work, how to build more financial stability, even emotional stability. I feel like maybe even when you were withdrawn or in the hermit mode, you had gained a lot of knowledge, and now you are practicing the knowledge that you've gained. You're literally putting it into practice, into your daily routines, and seeing a light at the end of the tunnel, seeing your efforts not being in vain. So yeah, you're being seen as somebody who's pretty wise as well. Maybe a lot of people realize and notice that maybe they just saw you scrolling on TikTok, and all of a sudden you became this guru with so much information, but they did not understand that during the time that they saw you stagnant, that you were going through the spiritual awakening, and it was pretty difficult. There we go again. You've been putting in work behind the scenes, and it's pretty relevant. Ooh, the same energies. And you've been strong this entire time for adhering to the energies which seemed dark at first, but then they're noticing, you were not doing the work in vain, is what I'm getting. So you're being seen as some sort of motivation and inspiration at this time. People are watching you. Be mindful to that, and do not compromise in specific situations, because maybe your karmic energies might desire you to compromise, right, to see how far they could push your boundaries, etc. However, it is time to show them that change can be permanent, that you can rise to this higher vibrational energy and keep vibrating at that frequency. I love you.